In life, there are many life-changing things and qualities you can come across in many different aspects, but one of those things I came across was farming or homesteading, depending on the type of person you are. And in this video, I'm going to be explaining to you how farming and homesteading changed my life completely. We're going to go over so many different things today, and I'm going to show you how I adjusted to them and some tips and tricks how you can adjust to them as quickly as I was able to. Anyways, let's get into it, guys. Raising chickens has pretty much been my entire life experience on this farm, but of course there's 5 other life experiences that I'm going to be talking about in the upcoming video portions. But of course, raising chickens was one of the biggest reasons why farming and homesteading changed my life. If you don't know, chickens are one of the most versatile animals on the planet. There's so many different topics I could cover about chickens, but I want to keep this clip short and sweet for all of you guys out there that don't have good attention spans. So basically, chickens are one of the most versatile animals, as I was saying, but what other qualities do they bring to the table? Well, they bring you eggs. They're decently low cost. I mean, you can usually get them for about, I'd say, like $400 a month if you can really cut costs, which is a terrible amount compared to other farm animals you might be having on your farm in the near future if you're getting some other animals. But chickens are one of the greatest starting points. They're another one of the big reasons why I am where I am at today, because without the chickens, I would be in a whole different location than I am right now. Other than that, though, chickens are one of the greatest possible farm animals to start out with. They're not too hard to care, but if you give them the right attention, they will give you attention as well. You'll be the talk of the town in the brand new flock of chickens. Because trust me, those chickens, they like to gossip a whole lot. And if you're on their good side, oh, you know you'd be on their good side if you give them their treats and everything else daily. And plus, it's just an experience to give them treats every morning. See, I wake up at 5 a.m. and they're one of the only reasons why I'm actually able to wake up so early in the morning is because of those chickens, because they're always there. Because I know I can just go out there, greet them, and say, what's up to my chickens, you know? Now, gardening has been a big part of my life, and if you couldn't already tell, I don't only have a passion for chickens, I also have a massive passion for gardening. Unfortunately, I live in Connecticut with my zone being 6B, meaning I cannot, unfortunately, have a garden in the winter, because imagine if I had a garden on February 13th, 2024. That was the day we got 14 inches of snow. I don't think so. I do not want to test that theory because I do not want to waste my time growing plants, but growing a garden has probably been one of the best experiences I've had in a long, long time. And you want to know why? Because gardening is just that much fun. Although it's a lot to maintain, it's very low cost if you know what you're doing. Unfortunately, gardening is one of those topics where, not really topics, but like it's one of those like niches in farmsteading or homesteading or farming in general that could possibly end up being costly if you end up messing it up. So my one tip for gardening, this is not a tips and tricks video, just gonna tell you, I just wanted to throw this tip out there so that way any of you not entrepreneurs, but like entry-level gardeners kind of like that are dreaming of being like a gardening entrepreneur, I will say one quick thing: don't be a moron. That's like the only tip I have for gardening. If you want to have a successful garden, do not be a moron. That is probably the greatest piece of advice any gardener could ever give you. Better than what type of plants you could probably grow in your growing zone. But I've always had a passion for gardening. I made many different videos on gardening. Of course, I've made only one video essay about it because it's a hard topic to make a formal video about. But of course, we do not care. These videos are not actually formal. That was very much wrong, you know. Cooking and baking is another big part of my life that I don't really talk about too much, but I do still have a massive passion for. I'd say maybe like 45 to 50% of the meals I have each day are probably made by me in some form of way. I was into cooking. I began cooking when I was 10, and I've been cooking a lot of different foods ever since then. I've learned a lot, especially during these last couple years, because I'm going to be an adult in just like a couple years, not even that long. So I need to learn and pick up these different things so that way I can get my way through adulthood. So that's why I love cooking and baking. Baking is one of the greatest things that you could do because it requires you to look through your resources and make something brand new. You know, chef something up in the kitchen. You know, we're cooking up something. Just like we're cooking up something fire in the studio right now while I'm recording this video. Unfortunately, I have to deal with my little siblings fighting in the next room. But baking and cooking is more like you just like take out like the pizza from the wrap, put it in the oven, preheat it to 425 degrees, cook it for 25 minutes, then take it out and slice it with a slicer. I'm beginning to do every Wednesday a different cooking video on this channel, so if you're interested, be sure to click the like and subscribe button. Let's get into the next section that's going to be even more interesting than this. Now, believe it or not, I actually do have bees on this farm. I know, you're very shocked. I've only made, I believe, one or two videos. Just one whole video, maybe, and one other short back in the summer of 2023 about raising bees. And the only reason is because there's not too much to talk about them. Like, they wake up, they go outside. Not all of them wake up, though. They go outside, they go out, collect some pollen and stuff like that, and they make some honey. And then you harvest that honey in the summer, and then once again, like late September, early October, for 2 different hues of it. And then you kind of just repeat the process. Unfortunately, a lot of beekeepers end up having to repeat it every year. They have to get new bees. We have, I believe, 30,000 bees. We have 2 or 3 hives. I don't remember the exact number because I'm not really out there too often. Because, you know, the weather is horrible out here. We had snow, now we're getting rain every day, and then it's going to possibly snow again, like, in a week. But I don't know, to be honest. It's a week away. We don't care about that sort of stuff. But yeah, due to the inclement weather, raising bees is a bit harder in the Northeast, which is why I don't really make too many videos on them. But if you want the spring, I can make more of them. Now, if you're wondering whatever happened to my videos about raising ducks, allow me to briefly explain to you. Unfortunately, on the very fateful day of July 20th, 2023, my last duck unfortunately passed away because of some idiot coyotes. A couple weeks ago, I actually made a video about chicken predators, and I think I brought this situation up about how we lost like 80% of our chickens in one day, but raising ducks was a big part of it. It was a big part of our farm for a couple of years. Although not many people bought the duck eggs and much rather preferred the gardening stuff, the honey, and the eggs, and the chicken eggs, of course, ducks were still a blast to have around here, although they were very messy for their first couple months. We had 3 ducks, a rowan, and 2 cayugas. They were one of the greatest ducks I've ever had. Not talking about the coyotes, talking about the rowan one, because the cayuga was probably one of our... The cayugas were probably one of our more annoying ones, but they were still fun to have around here, of course. Not saying they weren't. One of the big issues, though, was the fact that they would always find loopholes. You see, they were a bit smarter than the chickens, though. Our rowan would lay us, like, blue eggs, and they would be massive. Like, they'd be, I'd say, like, probably 4 inches in length and, like, 2 inches in diameter. Our cayugas would lay anything from gray to black eggs. It depended on the time of season. And I wish we had one more black egg from our cayugas. Comment down below if I should get them, because I'm going to make a deal with you guys. I'm going to make one deal. If you click the like and subscribe, you smash that like button, you click that subscribe button. No, I'm joking. But, like, you absolutely annihilate that like button, of course, and click the subscribe. If this video gets 50 likes, which it probably won't, and if I get 3,000 subscribers before April 1st, which actually isn't that ambitious at all, to be honest, I will get more ducks, and I'll see what I can get for you guys. So, stay tuned. Now, I think it's about time that we are finally at the end of the video, so I'm going to include one more, and it's going to be really quick, so that way I don't waste any more of you guys' time. I know I've already made it to 8 minutes, but hiking is one of the greatest things that come with buying property. Unfortunately, property is really expensive, like, as you can see on the screen, like, $1 million? I'm sorry, but, like, no thank you. Most farmhouses, like, when we bought this one, it was, I believe, like, $230 or $240, but because we're in Northwest Connecticut, the house prices are crazy over here. Like, I've seen some normal houses go for $650 over here, like, so that's why you should, if you have land, you should cherish the land you have, and go out for a hike, you know? Maybe you feel lazy, just go out, take a walk, and if you don't have land, go and find something. Living on a farm comes with hiking, and I'm able to take at least 1 to 3 hikes a day. On average, I walk between 3 to 6 miles every day, which is one of the greatest ways to stay in fit, is by doing some walking around the property. It's one of the greatest things you could do for yourself, but I'm not telling you to go out and buy some land. So with all this in mind, do I say that this changed my life? Absolutely, 157,000%, because you want to know something? Farming in itself has already changed my life. Ever since I stepped foot into this house and got the scent of an old, ran-down house, I knew it would be something crazy in the future, and I guess I was right. So at the end of the day, land is land, and it can easily change your life. It's been the catalyst for this documentary channel, And be sure to click the like and subscribe before we're done. I know I've said this 3 times in this video. I don't usually bring it up that much, but this video is taking forever. This is my new editing style. Anyways, guys, let's go.